Go ahead.
All right. Oh, good evening, everyone. It's a great night to be together, although most of the country is cold. My name is Liam McNabb. I'm the National Vice President of the H1 of Hibernians, and tonight is an important presentation because we're thrilled to be here and joined by our friends um, from the Getaway Gals, who were an important part of the success of our Orlando National Convention in 2024. They were major sponsors, and we want to do our best to continue to partner with them. We got to spend time with them at our convention and learn a lot about their business and what they can offer us in our membership. And we also have Amy representing Princess Cruises. So it's going to be an opportunity to learn more about how we can get out and about through the help of our friends. And we'll begin with Ashley from the Getaway Gals. Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for a very exciting presentation from Princess and Amy specifically. I just wanted to start off by reintroducing ourselves. My name is Ashley. Barbara Elliott is on with me as well. We are a mother-daughter duo and co-owners of the Getaway Gals full-service travel agency. We have a team of 6 wonderful associates who work with us who live all over the country, and everyone kind of has their own travel specialty as well. Our travel planning services are complimentary to our clients, so there's no extra cost for you to book your travel through us. We do a lot of worldwide travel, including cruises, river cruises, all-inclusive resorts, land tours, etc. In fact, Barbara is actually on a trip right now in Ireland, touring, and is going to be providing a bunch of photos and information from her trip to Ireland in the Facebook group. So speaking of our Facebook group, we do have an AOH specific Facebook group focused on travel, where we post information about current deals we have with some of our major partners. So please join our Facebook group if you haven't yet. We would love to also hear from you guys in the Facebook group. Ask us questions, share your own travel photos and videos and stories. Where was your favorite place you ever traveled to? So please feel free to use that Facebook group to travel and network with the other members of the group. So about Princess in Alaska specifically, I just want to make a personal note here. Princess is one of my personal favorite cruise lines that I've ever been on. Barbara and I had the opportunity to travel on the brand new Sun Princess last October, and gorgeous new ship. It really feels like an elevated experience from some of the other more contemporary brands out there. So if you haven't tried them yet, I absolutely highly recommend it. Also, I personally have cruised in Alaska twice with Princess specifically. I think that they do an amazing job with the Alaskan itineraries. So we have a lot of tips we can share with you. Barbara and I have both done Alaskan cruises with Princess. We have a lot of tips we can share about specific excursions at ports and things like that. So please be sure to follow up with us directly after the presentation if you're ready to book your Alaskan cruise with Princess. Amy, thank you so much for being with us tonight, and we're looking forward to seeing what you have to share with us.
Okay, super. Do you want me to start now?
Absolutely.
Well, guys, thank you first of all for having me here. Alaska is definitely one of my favorite subjects, and Princess has been 20 times the winner of Best Cruise Line in Alaska, and 18 of those have been consecutive. And we are voted by the travel partners like Barb and Ashley, who sell our product and hear the response of those that come back. So it's a very, very highly coveted award, and we certainly appreciate it. So I'm going to give you a little start here about why Alaska 2026 is going to be one of the best years ever. Mainly, Barb and Ashley, as she said, they are ready to help you. They know Alaska, and it's very important to work with someone who does understand Alaska and understands the different ports of call, the land experiences. So really and truly, I'm very happy to partner with them, and you're going to love having them to work with. So a little video here, hopefully it'll work. Oh, what a gift it is to love. Uh-oh, sorry. The sky is opening with possibility. I have seen that video quite a few times myself, and I still get chill bumps because you just don't know Alaska till you get there. And what I'm telling you here is, adventure lovers, get ready, because we have choices from anything that's a round trip Seattle itinerary, which hits the major ports of call of Alaska, including Glacier Bay. And then we own and operate our own lodges in the places that you want to be, to see the things that you want to see. And we have the best rail service ever that will help you get on your vacation quickly. So it began in 1881 with the Pacific Coast Steamship Company, who offered monthly sailings aboard two ships, the Ancon and the Idaho. Early on, our leaders, the Princess leaders, those that were starting with Princess Cruises, most of you know us from the Love Boat, which we still are. They knew that these uncharted waters and investment in our exclusive lodges would appeal to those looking for an adventure. And Alaska is probably the #1 destination on everybody's bucket list, or at least very close to. We celebrate 55 years this year sailing to Alaska. We have 7 ships that are sailing now. We have 5 beautiful wilderness lodges that are built to be in the place that you want to be, to see what everything is to see. And we'll continue to offer the #1 cruise experience on both land and sea for those of you that join us. So what we do is we want you to have Alaska your way. Everybody has a different sense of what they want to see. What you're looking at in the far right corner there is Marjorie Glacier, the biggest glacier in Glacier Bay, and probably the most renowned. I think it goes back about 20 miles, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's way back. And that's where it looks small in the picture, but trust me, ladies and gentlemen, it is not. It's huge. On the left, you'll see the whale, which are also something that's important. We have our sled dogs on the right at the bottom, and Misty Fjords on the other side. So there's just so much differential experiences to have while you're in Alaska. So we are going to challenge you to do more than just walk on the wild side. We want you to take the cruise, journey by train, stay in our custom-built lodges, and really enjoy everything that Alaska has to offer. So for most of us, this is a vacation of a lifetime. And you'll be surprised how many people go back over and over again because they see more and more things that they want to experience. But it needs to be well planned. And that's why we partner with folks like Barbara and Ashley, so that we can make sure that you get the full opportunity to do everything you can while you're there. Planning a trip for such a grand place, there's so many opportunities and activities, it can be overwhelming. So once again, it's important to work with a travel partner that gets it, knows it, understands it, has the relationship as they do with us at Princess. And many Alaskans are still homesteaders, so they live off the land, off the grid. And you'll get an idea of that once you start traveling into Alaska's interior. So that's why you can be confident in choosing Princess Cruises along with Barbara and Ashley, because we're going to make sure that you have the best adventure that you can based on what your needs and wants are. Amazing Adventures in Alaska, we've been there since 1965. We're still the leader. Actually, that's wrong. We're now 18 consecutive years, 20 continual. Our partnership with Alaska experts are just amazing. So you begin your adventure with a leader in Alaska. Now this is Marjorie Glacier. So look at the size of the ship based on the size of the glacier behind it. It is, when you go into Glacier Bay, the first time I went into it, I was just amazed. First of all, Princess has, permits to get all of our ships into Glacier Bay. It is a national park. They only allow 2 in a day, 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, or 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. So it has to be very well orchestrated. The park rangers get on board with you. And when you get into Glacier Bay, you're thinking, I thought, oh, it's like a bay at the lake. No, 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 no. It's fingers of different glaciers, different types. And it is one of the most amazing experiences that you'll have. This kind of gives you an idea of what we do and where we start. We do have, in 2026, we'll have our newest ship, the Star Princess, doing our round trip Seattle. Our other ships are based on doing what we call the Voyage of the Glaciers, which is this little portion up here. And we have our own rail depot, in Whittier, whereas our Competition has to go 3 hours south in order to get their ships in. We've got our own, we built it. We have the trains that take you straight, get off the ship, go across the street, get on the rail car, and you're in the park that afternoon. So 4 glaciers, 7 ships, 21 cruise destinations, 18 itineraries. So you just tell we just have a lot of more ashore because we do stay in ports later than some of our competitors do to give you more time on land. Cruises, 22-day ultimate Alaska solstice, which will be out of San Francisco. But primarily you're going to be looking at the cruise tours and the cruise round trip Seattle or the cruise one way. We go north to south. If you are leaving from Vancouver, which is our starting for our Gulf of Alaska, then you're going to go into Whittier, get on the train, be in the park that afternoon, either at Denali or McKinley or into Fairbanks. And our cruise tours give you anywhere from 3 to 7 nights continuous on land experience. So it's just something to really explore. Let them walk you through your options so that you can have an idea of really what you want to do. Your airline ticket's going to cost the same amount of money. You might as well spend as much time on land as you can because it's a once in a lifetime experience. Alaska is the last frontier. It's called the Great Land for a reason. And you'll be surprised once you get to Alaska, how many people that you meet that absolutely adore us because we're only there for 4 months. Then we go home and they go back to their real life. But they do count on the tourism and they're so happy to see us when we get there. They just do such an amazing job of being friendly and helping with questions you might have. This, like I said, is a once in a lifetime experience. Now then, for more than 54 years, now 55, excuse me, this slide is a little bit behind the scenes. We've been one of the most aggressive cruise and tour pioneers in Alaska. Number 1 attraction in Alaska is Glacier Bay. It was first sailed by Captain George Vancouver in 1749. You'll find that a lot of the glaciers in Glacier Bay are named after Ivy League schools because those are the sailors that were sailing with them. And he found out that no, he could not get all the way through. And you'll find out in Anchorage that there's this little place called Turnagain Arm because couldn't get through it. Nope, he had to turn around and go back the other way. This is Marjorie Glacier taken from our balcony about 4 years ago. This is how close the ship gets. You are right there in front of it. You'll have calving, which means that the ice is going to fall and break out into the ocean. And it sounds like a thunder, of course, in a way. And we go in a complete circle the entire time we're there with the park rangers telling us all the things that we need to know. And our naturalists are out and on board and ready to speak with anybody who has questions. Second reason people go is the wildlife. Moose, caribou, bear, and Dall sheep are the most popular. You'll find a lot of eagles, and I will tell you that go during the season where the whales are there because they get there early June, but they leave by mid-August. So you want to be there because every single whale has a different tail. I can't even tell you how to explain it, but they have different features of their tail, and that's how they know who's coming back year over year. And they're untamed. Grizzly bears, wolves, moose, Dall sheep, caribou, humpback whales. It is just amazing what you will see when you're actually on land and in the park specifically. I will say that Juneau is well known for the Mendenhall Glacier, which is one of the top glacier experiences in Alaska, as well as their whale watching experiences. Juneau being the capital, but you can only get in there by boat or by plane because of Mendenhall Glacier. So this is my fun part. Did you know that the state of Texas could fit in twice to Alaska? So it's bigger than the state of Texas, whatever you say, folks, that's the way it is. Coastline, this got to me at first, is longer than the entire coastline of the lower 48. And you have to think about the Aleutian Island chain that breaks this up as part of the coastline as well. It's home to 19 of the 20 highest peaks. I think that's pretty reasonable to expect. But gorgeous. And it is, this got to me as well, northernmost, westernmost, and easternmost state in the United States, also because of the Aleutian Island change. More than half of the population lives in Anchorage. And I love this. The state of Rhode Island would fit into Alaska 425 times. Just tells you how expansive this is and how beautiful the experience is to know that there's so much land that's not populated, that's still open and still frontier. So our cruise vacations include certain enrichment programs. We have in Juneau, Libby Riddles was the first woman to win the Iditarod. And when we're in Juneau, she comes on with some of her dogs and does a lecture. In Ketchikan, we have the Tongass National Forest interpreter. And the National Forest there, it's a rainforest, believe it or not. Skagway, we have the entertainer Steve Heights, who knows anything you ever wanted to know about the gold rush. It's very interesting and very fun as well. And then in Glacier Bay, we have the park rangers. Our ports of call are Juneau, the capital, and home to Mendenhall Glacier, as I mentioned. Skagway, which is the gold rush era charm, storefronts to match. Ketchikan is the salmon capital of the world. You get off the ship in this great little quaint community and realize that the salmon capital of the world, it's huge. So that's where you want to buy your salmon. And I will tell you guys something I found out after my second time up there. If you buy a t-shirt or sweatshirt in the first store, it's going to be at the last store. So don't bother carrying it around all day. Just wait to the last store and pick it up. We have specific things that come back year over year and that we enhance. We've got award-winning documentary films. We've got North to Alaska presentations. There's opportunities to have presentations with the Deadliest Catch, Libby Riddles, as I said, the Midnight Sun Express, which is our rail cars, Night at the Klondike, and arts and crafts. So there's just a lot of things to do. And by the way, while you're on the ship, should you take one of the fishing expeditions and catch something yummy, the chef will cook it for you and serve it at dinner. Optional short excursions, there's a lot of those for you guys to have an option for picking out what fits you best. And they break it down into adventure to, if you want to go up and walk on glaciers, those kinds of things. So there's a lot of different levels of opportunities to fit whatever your personal needs might be. And only Princess offers you purpose-built lodges located where you want to be to explore the history, the climate, the adventures that complete Alaska. Imagine, and I did this, whitewater raft adventure down the Nenana River from staying at the Denali Princess Lodge. At the Denali Princess Lodge, by the way, we include a National History Tour into the park. And if you stay there more than one night, you can actually upgrade to a longer tour. It's about 9 hours that takes you deeper into the park. And when we were on the float trip, the gentleman told us that, well, the guys, the boys doing all the heavy lifting, told us that the water below us was 7 minutes earlier melting from a glacier. It's amazing. So you don't want to fall out, but trust me, you don't have to do anything but sit there and go wee, because they do all the work for us. We have the mountain range to include the best view of the great one, Mount Denali, Mount McKinley, and our Direct to the Wilderness Rail Service is exclusive. No one else can do it. And we're going to give you the best of Alaska in the best way possible. So here's our Ultradome rail cars. All the rail cars in Alaska, by the way, are pulled by Alaska Rail. We use both Alaska Rail cars and our own Ultradome. Both are Ultradome, so you have the best of experience of being able to see the wilderness while you're going. And once again, if you're going cruise first and land second, you get off, walk over, they have your packet ready. You take the packet, you sit down where you'd like, and when you get to the next stop, you already have your room key, everything is done, everything's explained. It's super easy and your luggage is in your room, because luggage goes by luggage truck in Alaska, because the trains don't have the room to put all the luggage. People ask me, and we'll get to that in a moment too, How much luggage can I take? And I always say, well, how much can you afford to pay the airlines? We don't care. Just bring it on. This is our Denali Princess Lodge. This is almost just a huge community of lodges and shops and restaurants. It's on the Nenana River. You see to the top of the picture there. Just beautiful, beautiful. And you're 5 minutes from the entrance to the national park. So we have the motor coaches that are run by the Park Service, by the way, and they pull up, you guys get on, you're right there. And I would love to know if you go this year, can you tell me if there's a mother moose and a baby moose standing at the entrance to the national park? I swear to you, every time I've been 13 times, every time I've been up there, there's been a mother moose and a baby moose standing at the entrance to the park. And I'm just thinking they've staged them there, but don't get close because mama mooses are not real friendly. This is also our beautiful, beautiful McKinley Princess Lodge, 35 miles from the great one, from Mount Denali, Mount McKinley. We can't figure out who's going to call it what, but absolutely stunningly beautiful. And there she is in all her glory. Weather patterns can change, so you can be sitting out on this beautiful deck waiting for the mountain to show, and 5 minutes later she's there. The next 5 minutes she's gone. So you really have to make sure, and we've got all kinds of excursions that you can do. Plus there's a pilot experience in one of the theaters there that you can go to. Everything is just really available and easy to do. Okay, so this is the little town of Talkeetna. I used to tell people that I see more wildlife in Talkeetna than I do in the park, because this is where the gentlemen that run the, all the short excursions for us and paddle the water and do everything. This is where they come for the showers. So a lot of these guys live on the property for the summer of those that own it. The Fairview Inn is where they come in and purchase their little chip for a shower. And it's just a fun town, really, really fun town. Great crab, by the way, in case you were wondering. So this is where our off the beaten path comes from. We have the Copper River Wilderness Lodge, located by the Endicott Mine area, obviously on the Copper River, and there are Copper River salmon opportunities. The Fairbanks Princess Lodge is the northernmost point of our land tours. It is a complex that's built on the Chaina River. We include a beautiful day, a stern whaler tour, going to an Athabascan fishing villages, just really exploring what Alaska's interior is about when you're in Fairbanks. Anchorage, we use the beautiful, amazing Captain Cook Hotel in the heart of Anchorage. And we also have the Kenai Princess Lodge located in the Kenai Peninsula. So even if you've been to Alaska before, there's these other opportunities to keep exploring. So why we don't go to Alaska in the winter. I did this high-low based in January 12th of 24. The high in Juneau was 9, -1 was the low. Ketchikan 16.7. Skagway 3, -10. Glacier Bay, all they said was snow, 24. I don't know if that was inches or the actual temperatures. Denali Park 17.13, Talkeetna 23.10. Fairbanks, northernmost point that we go, was high of 1, -9. And the reason we also don't go is because the average daylight, sun rises at 10 and goes out at 2:45. But in the summertime, it is certainly the land of the midnight sun. So they say when to travel. Time to travel is, our season is mid-May to mid-September. The optimum time for a lot of folks think it's going to be July. And July is the longest part of the days, so is late June. But you know what, there's not really that much difference, and because we have so much daylight in the summertime in Alaska that you have a warming situation there that you'll be surprised how warm it can be. What to wear? When you're in Alaska, ladies and gentlemen, it is as casual as it gets. I recommend good shoes because you're going to do some walking if you choose to, and also to bring something that repels water. If you get up to Glacier Bay, sometimes it can be a little chilly, so it doesn't hurt to have a small pair of gloves with you as well. There's so many things to do there. Now, this is how you don't dress in Alaska. Just wanted to throw that in for giggles. And when we talk about luggage, as I said before, bring it all. We don't care. It just depends on how much you want to pay the airlines. The weather in Alaska is beautiful during the day. As I mentioned before, you'll be surprised. You'll get off in the morning. It might be a little chilly, but by the middle of the day, you've got your jacket tied around your waist because it's warmed up so much. We are in the land of the midnight sun. Now, I actually took this picture, believe it or not, with my cell phone at 4 a.m. in the morning. And that's how beautiful it was. And we were there mid-August. So stays dry, it stays light quite a bit. 20-year winter. I guess I'll have to brag a little bit more. Actually, the 18th straight year in a row, because I didn't change this slide either. But we have been in Alaska longer than any other cruise line, and we've navigated the waters. We also have all the Glacier Bay experiences that you want, as it is the #1 reason why people go to Alaska. So Wild Alaska waits with Princess Cruise Tours. Barb and Ashley have beautiful itineraries that they have exclusive departures for. Some of these include these extras, such as the Music of Denali Theater, Tundra Wilderness Tour Upgrade, which takes you for the longer tour into the park, breakfast, and up to $60 to spend on board per stateroom. So they've got the value. They know how to find it. They know how to help you with the seasons, how to gauge which direction is best for you to go. Northbound, cruise second; southbound, cruise third, cruise after. And that's why it's extremely important for you to understand that you need to travel with someone you trust and who has the relationships and the ability to understand and experience. They have been there themselves, so they know. So they're ready to help you. Getaway Gals, cruise planners. That's their phone number, 813-553-1313. We'll leave that up just a little bit longer. So if you want to take that down, please do so. And they're really going to be happy to help you any way that you need. And if it's not Alaska, guess what? Princess goes to 350 destinations across the world. We are the destination leader. And if there's a port, we'll take you there. So there's so many opportunities. And with cruise planners and Barb and Ashley's relationship with Princess, they have so much to offer you that you might not be able to get elsewhere. So it's full of adventure. This kind of gives you an idea of how beautiful Alaska is, how fabulous it is to see it. It's so, I live in Alabama, ladies and gentlemen. It gets warm here in the summertime, a little humid. Alaska is a dream come true for those of us that live in the humid environments. So we have a little something I want to show you. Nope, wait, I've got to go back one. Sorry, excuse me. Now then, this is Heart of Alaska. So now I'm going to turn this over for questions. Barb and Ashley, I guess you're here, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so do you want to open it up for questions or have them email you anything that they have or call you directly? It's up to you guys. I've got all night.
Okay, well, let's see if there are any questions. We can take those first. And then if you don't have time to stick around for the question and answers, then you can certainly email us or give us a call in the office and we can answer your questions at any time. So, Ray?
I just wanted to wrap it up as well by letting everyone know that Princess does have a come aboard sale with some special pricing and incentives if you book this month between February 25th and 28th. So if this is something that you're seriously considering and you want to talk it over with your family members and friends about putting together a few cabins on an upcoming sailing, definitely reach out to us this week. We can set up a Zoom call and time to talk with you and get all your ducks in a row so we can take advantage of that sale coming up.
And the one thing to remember as she talks about that is the fact that our deposits are always refundable. Alaska tends to fill up, and 26 is already starting to look like it's going to be a banner year again. And so you've got the idea that there's only so many beds in Alaska, so many lodges that you have places for. So early birds usually get, they usually get the advantage of that big fat worm that's called saving money and getting the best staterooms and getting the best advantages. We do have a sales early and nothing is non-refundable. So you're never putting yourself into a place where you wouldn't be able to get your money back. Okay, sorry, now I'll hush.
Yeah, so Ray, if anyone has a question, raise your hand and Ray will unmute you. But I want to thank you, Amy. What a terrific presentation. And the beautiful pictures of the glaciers and all the sights and scenes that you make available for everyone. I couldn't help but think that if some of our Hibernians go on that trip, we probably try to start a new group up there in Alaska. Although we do have a couple of members, one in Talkeetna, which is interesting, which you mentioned.
Talkeetna is a wild town, I'm telling you. And I will say, ladies and gentlemen, Alaska does sell marijuana. So it's the only time you'll get on a ship and you'll see a marijuana leaf with a big red circle and a slash through it. Please don't bring it on board with you, okay? It's just not a good idea.
Jeff has a question.
Okay.
Good evening. I was wondering if this is going to be just individually planning or is there a group trip?
So we do both. We have group options, and we will create a group for anybody that reaches out and says, hey, I've got like 10 people from my division or district to come along with me. We will start a group and then open it up to the whole organization. We also have pre-made groups. The purpose of a group is that you get the advantage of the pricing. So I have a lot of clients that are private clients. We put them in a group, get them the good pricing. They don't know they're in a group. They don't dine with the others. They don't even know who else is in the group. So our corporation is large enough that they go in as soon as the schedules are released and they grab group space. And so we have group space available on a lot of sailings already. Now this summer, we did create our own AOH groups in Alaska, but it was we were a little late to the game in advertising it out, so they didn't fill. But I will be putting together some 26 options, and we will put those out to the group as well, and those will be just advertised for the AOH. But we can get the pricing for anybody into a group using our home office groups. Maybe you've got 4 couples and they all want to go together. That's okay. We can put you all in one of our home office groups and still take advantage of that pricing. If you want to start your own group, we'll do that and then advertise it out. Maybe other people will join and you will have a group. But we have many ways that we can go with that route.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Richard Cosby in the chat said, for the sale that is taking place later this month, what are the available departure dates?
Wow, there's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, so there are several ships that sail in Alaska, and the sale that the promo that Ashley mentioned will be available for all of them. The question will be for this summer, which ships have availability and room, because Alaska does sell out early, but there's still availability. So if you're just looking for one stateroom, we probably have no problem accommodating you. If you're looking for a group at this point for 2025, we might have some difficulty. We may be limited to which departures that we can put you on. So,
But they know people who know people, i.e. me. So
we do know
we'll
people
work
who know people.
we'll work with them as best we can to help you get what you need.
Princess came on with us as a partner to our co-op with the AOH, and so they have your best interest at heart, just like we do, and they are willing to give us special consideration, if you will. So we have a great relationship with Princess on your behalf. So,
Michael? Michael, you can unmute. Michael Weir. Oh,
We were wondering, what was the date range for the come aboard sale?
Ashley, was that February 26th through the 28th?
It does end on the 28th.
It ends on the 28th.
Yes.
It's
So
the
how do you-
25th. Sorry, I was, my mute button was hidden. It's February 25th through the 28th for the,
25th.
for the booking window. Yes.
It's 3 days. So I always say, if you're interested in that, reach out ahead. Let's take a look at where there's availability. Let's find the ship sailing departure that you want and the ship that you want, and we'll get you set up, and maybe even hold a cabin a day earlier than it starts, and try to get you scheduled in that way before the rush opens up on on the 25th. So like I said, we know people who know people. So
My favorite expression, Barb. My favorite expression.
Any other questions?
I'd like to address one other point, and that is not only do we work with individuals in group travel, we also have opportunities for fundraisers. And I know your organization is extremely charitable, and you're always looking for ideas for fundraising. I've had many states reach out to me about ideas, and we've discussed different options. One of the options is that your state could create a group cruise. So you can create a group cruise for your state, and there are ways that we can use that as a fundraiser for you. To enhance the fundraiser, you can add more money to it. For instance, if the deposit's $500, we can make it $600, and then $100 goes directly back to you. The tour credits for the groups can be converted into money back to your organization for the charity. And so there's a potential, if you were to get like 40 cabins booked. I mean, you could get less, but around 40 cabins, 50 cabins, you could make a significant amount of money on top of having a great time. It doesn't have to be Alaska. It could be the Caribbean. It could be any of their itineraries. But think of it in terms of everybody enjoys getting together and socializing. So you're socializing on a cruise, having a great time, and making it a fundraiser. So that's a great way to do it. You can also do some other little things along the way with some, when you're on board with some 50/50s, you can do some other things with like raffles on board. We can get some bling or something, and t-shirts, things like that, and you can raffle them off. There's a lot of ways we can enhance that and make it fun along the way as well. We could hold our own pub crawl, and we could you can do like a poker run thing, on board the ship. Things that we create as your group, as a private, not ship wide, but just something for your group that we can do these activities that you would then, it would be a fun thing for your organization. So think in terms of making your fundraisers, possibly in on a ship cruise and hitting all the boxes and enjoying yourselves. So that's a thought.
Everybody needs their vitamin C or SEA. You got to have your vitamin C.
You bet. You bet.
So Barbara, I think you had some great ideas about just having fun, but also some of the games and fundraising. And it sounds like you spent some time with us at the convention.
Yes,
Right.
I did.
And Barbara, I'll put you on the spot if you don't mind. I know you're out doing some exploration, right? For perhaps some future travel opportunities. Anything you want to tell us?
I am in Belfast right now. It's been a long travel day. I've been traveling since yesterday. I left last night around 8, and I'm in Belfast. It's now about I think 1, almost 2 in the morning, and I haven't slept yet. So we landed in Dublin this afternoon and took a bus up to Belfast. So I've not ventured out far. I've just been to a couple pubs, just checking out, the area for some future, some group tours that we're looking at putting together, and just checking out the opportunities here. And we're going to be in Belfast for a couple of days, and then we're going on a tour for 5 days to see some of the other areas, and then we're going to end in Dublin for 4 days at the end. So we are here getting doing a little bit of groundwork, a little research for future travel to Ireland.
Such a tough job she has, right, guys? Such a tough job.
It is all
Tough,
business,
she says.
purely business.
Yes, ma'am, I understand that.
Unless I have a Guinness in my hand.
Yeah.
And then it's shenanigans. So
Yeah.
I posted on my
Agreed.
Facebook, heading for a business trip with a little bit of shenanigans mixed in. So anyway, that's what we're here for. We're hoping to make some contacts with some vendors that we can use in the future for some tours this direction. So
Oh, that's great. We're thankful you can join it. We're thankful for you, exploring, doing the legwork. As tough as it is, we know Ashley's cheering for you. She probably also wants you to get a little bit of rest.
yes.
I want to mention to everyone who's tuned in to hear the presentation that there's other opportunities through both the organizations down the road. And tonight we featured the one cruise to Alaska, but I know through our work with Barbara and Ashley, there's lots of other opportunities for members of the AOH, and certainly the LAOH are welcome to. They can reach out to you directly. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. Anytime, just call our office or email us, and we will get with you and find out what your needs are and take care of those for you.
Okay.
You're in good hands with us.
And we're thankful. Any other questions out there? There's one chat I see right here. It says, it's from Ashley. It says, don't forget to bring me something nice home from your trip to Ireland.
Expensive.
Okay. All right, we'll do that, Ash.
I couldn't help
Take
myself.
advantage of that duty free there, Barb, on your way
That's
home.
right. You bet. You got it.
I want to thank you guys for letting me be here tonight. I really have enjoyed working with Barb and Ashley. They've got their ideas figured out, and I totally believe in the travel agency community and what they can do to make your travel worry-free. Why would you sit on hold and wait for answers when that's what they do? And they do it for free, as far as you're
That's right.
concerned. So
That's right.
thank you, ladies, for letting me be here.
Thank you, Amy. Yes, thank you
Amy.
for being here and for giving us your time tonight. And thank you everyone for having us as well. We look forward to working with you all.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen now so that, there she is. Hi, honey.
There you are.
Yeah, we're thankful. We recorded this and we're going to share it throughout our organization, and so certainly people can view at their convenience, and hopefully you'll hear from members of our organization who are interested in exploring other parts of the world. But hopefully you'll get some turnout for this trip. So we're thankful. And Amy, great presentation.
Thank you.
Pictures and the information. I know I'm interested, and a lot of other people are interested too. And our friends Ashley and Barbara, we're thankful once again. And to our crowd, thank you for joining us to hear from our friends and sponsors. And we hope there's other opportunities where we can all work together once again. So
Sounds
thank you, everyone.
fabulous. Thank you,
Thank you
guys.
all
Have a
for
nice
joining
evening,
us.
everyone.
Stay
Bye,
warm.
thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Good to see you again. Enjoy Belfast.
Thank you.
Thank you.